Hey guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Foster Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back at the guide with the OC episode 23.
Yes.
So last episode, Marissa learned that Luke was doing her mom.
Yes.
Ryan knew about it.
Yes, he had convinced Luke to tell Julie that this was over, which he did. But then he thought it was a good idea to barge into Ryan's room and tell him about it. And Marissa was over there, you know, listening to the whole thing. So yeah, that's fun.
So goodbye, trust.
Yeah. Aside from that, I mean, the episode overall was good and funny. We went to LA to an actor's birthday, I think. One of the guys that was playing in the Valley. So basically, Summer was a fangirl the whole time. Seth and her both had, jealousy going on, let's say, because he made out with Paris Hilton and she was really close to the actor in the Valley, but turns out that none of them really had intentions on going forward with any of them. They were all in love with one another, and so there's no need for jealousy between the two. We all know that, but they needed a little confirmation too. So that was fun. And Sandy and Jimmy got they got money for the restaurant now, thanks to Caleb, and he got them a lot of publicity too. That was Julie's idea, but it worked out fine. So we're looking forward to seeing that restaurant come together.
Also, we saved Ailey.
Yes, she was at the club dancing, and it wasn't really a good job for her, and she wasn't doing it because she wanted to. Like, she had no money and she was struggling. And Jimmy, the kids saved her, and then Jimmy came to save the kids. So he brought her back, and hopefully she can get help. It's Haley, though. Like, last time she was there, and last time she supposedly had help, she refused it, and then she ran away. So we'll see how that goes this time.
Well, maybe she might have a wake-up call now.
Maybe. But the main focus for us will be Marissa and how she's dealing with the news about her mother and Luke.
Once again.
Yes, so let's jump in this episode. If I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to come out on Halloween for you guys on YouTube. So happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween, guys.
Yes, and let's go.
Alright, when she left, she was upset, so she probably went somewhere she would feel safe, right?
Yeah, well, somewhere no one's even gonna think to look for her.
It's like Tijuana all over again. Hopefully she doesn't do anything dangerous.
She called and you went after her.
Where is she?
She's not here.
Why don't I believe you? Luke.
She found out. Now, yay.
What's going on in here?
She knows.
Marissa took off last night when we got back from LA. She ran away.
Why? What did you do to her?
Didn't do anything, you did.
What are you talking about?
They know.
Shut up, Luke.
They saw us outside the motel. Marissa knows too.
Consequences of your actions.
You can be angry later. For now, find your daughter.
Excuse us, please. I'm gonna call the police.
Yeah, what are you gonna tell them when they ask why she left?
I have to at least call her doctors.
Why, so you can try to have her locked up again?
If that's what it takes, yes. I will not have her hurting herself anymore.
Maybe stop hurting her?
She slept with her ex-boyfriend.
Like, Marissa does self-destruct, but this comes from something.
Yeah.
Maybe, try to address the reasons why she's hurting herself instead of her hurting herself.
That's Julie for you. She didn't want to look inside her.
Had herself and her own, mistakes.
We only have 2 hours to unleaven the entire kitchen.
Oh, what does that mean exactly?
It means my mother's plane lands at noon, and if she walks in here on the first day of Passover and sees us eating pancakes, she'll plot.
The Ackermans are looking after the food for the Seder. We're bringing the wine.
Right, except, of course, we're not going to the Ackermans this year.
Since when?
Since I told my mom we were kind of having the Seder here tonight.
You what?
Which, if she asks, is something we do every year. I also told her you converted.
What? Okay.
Virgin part. I'll shop, she'll cook, the kids will help, Haley will be here, Jimmy will be here, Ryan can invite Marissa, Seth can invite Summer.
What am I gonna do? Just sit back and let your mother take over the entire house?
She's gonna do it anyway. At least this way we get a decent meal out of it.
So his mom is a bit like Caleb in a way. She takes space.
I don't know where she is, but...
Who's coming with me to the airport? Come on. Ryan, come on. Anybody.
But then considering how he described her, she would be happy about Ryan then.
Ready for the nana. That woman is
They adopted a kid in need and stuff, so... Oh, she showed up herself?
Couldn't be.
The front door's wide open. A person could walk in here, take everything, and kill us all.
Yeah, is.
What are you doing here? I was just coming to get you.
The plane was early. I took a taxi to surprise you. Are you surprised?
Oh,
You
yeah.
look surprised. Sweetheart.
He's not ready.
Houston, look at you. So beautiful with the hair and the nails as classic features. And there's my
Is this supposed to
grandson.
be a compliment or an
Ryan's
insult?
never called.
I'm guessing she's different than she usually is.
You must be Ryan. I'm very happy to meet you. Welcome to the
maybe.
family. Oh, look at this house.
They seem surprised with how she's acting.
Ah, that view of the ocean. I'm sorry, but I just got to say it.
Here it comes.
California. Not so terrible.
Okay, what's up?
What's going on?
She is not what he told us she was gonna be like.
She was nice. She was nice, right? That's the problem. Okay, and Anna's not nice. I love her, but she's not. It's kind of part of her charm.
Who haven't we thought of?
Well, I hate to be the one to say it, but what about Oliver?
I talked to Natalie at the hotel this morning. He's still in the hospital.
She was even nice to my mom, Ryan. Okay, and then Anna has never exactly cared for the Kirsten.
Really?
Yeah, are you kidding me? She's the green arrow to my mom's hockey man. Two people who have nothing in common suddenly getting along. It's not right.
I know where she is.
People who don't get Teresa.
Yes, perhaps. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Took you long enough.
She here?
Yeah. She's not gonna be very happy to see you.
I mean, that was random.
Well, they technically get along.
got along,
before
yeah.
that,
She
yeah.
asked me not to.
I'm gonna just get her and go. What the hell is he doing here? Did you call him?
No.
This is unbelievable. So he just shows up on the day up. You just stay the hell away from me, okay?
I mean, dude, don't you know
You're
that
not
Marissa's
concerned
around?
about this.
Day of? Day of what?
Our engagement party.
Oh.
Guess who asked about you recently? Sean Sullivan.
Sully.
Sean and your dad used to run in a gang together. Did you know that?
Yeah? Bloods or Cribs, father? It was more of a youth group.
After his father left us, blessing in disguise, I had to work so much he was practically raised by the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, well, somebody had to do it.
Oh boy, okay. Is she dying or
What am
something?
I gonna see here?
Maybe.
That would explain the change.
Well, usually she got a lover or she's healed.
Just go.
'Cause in drama shows, that's usually the secret that older characters keep when they suddenly change into nice people.
I don't want that though.
No, me neither.
She's changed.
She's trying maybe to mend the bridges with her son.
What it is.
I thought you promised you weren't gonna call him.
She didn't.
Then why are you here?
I'm gonna make sure you're okay. Just get you home safe.
Then you wasted your time. Because I'm not going anywhere.
At least she's here and not in a corner somewhere doing drugs, you know? Which she
Yeah.
has done before, so...
This is a huge improvement.
Look, Teresa said I can stay in Arturo's room. And that she'd help me find a job until I can actually save enough money to...
To what? Run away? Marissa, your mom's already threatening to call the cops. And your doctors?
So what am I supposed to do? I can't go back there.
Well, I'm not going back without you.
Then I guess you're not going back.
She doesn't like to confront her problems.
That's Marissa.
I mean, Marissa, and Teresa, they'd make a great trio.
Oh yeah, they do.
It was fair.
What are you doing here, really?
You invited me.
I've been inviting you every year since Seth was 13.
Well, I've been working. You know what my caseload is like.
I do, I know. That's why I left the PD's office, so I could spend more time at home.
No, that's not why you left, Sandy.
And because I have more time and more resources to help the people in the community that need it.
You're not helping people. You're opening restaurants. Sophie, that's not true. Who's talking to you?
Please do not speak to her like
Okay,
that in this house.
it's coming out.
I'm sorry. You won't have to put up with it much longer.
There she is. She's coming back. The Sophie Cohen we all know and love.
Think it's funny?
She's sick.
You'll see how funny it is when I'm dead.
You're kidding. You're gonna outlive us all.
Dr. Talley disagrees with you. He gives me 4 to 6 months tops. He says I have advanced lung cancer.
Oh my god.
Want to know why I came? I came to say goodbye.
I knew it. He seems to have issues with his mom past just a judgment and stuff. Like, he was saying that someone had to take care of him, of course, because she wasn't taking care of him.
I called Dr. Talley.
Please tell me you did not do that.
He says you haven't been returning his calls.
Well, I've been busy.
And while he says there's no cure, you can slow the cancer down if you take the chemo and radiation.
Yeah, and slow me down, too. I have kids in the Bronx who are counting on me.
You got kids of your own who are counting on you. And grandkids
Oh, please. Counting on me for what?
to be there. That's all I ever wanted.
Oh, you're gonna start with me again?
Well, when I left home at 16, I was surprised you noticed.
Well, that's nice. That's what a mother always wants to hear, especially when she's dying.
You were never home. You were working all the time. You were taking care of other people's kids.
That's what I wanted to
marching
say.
for causes, circulating petitions, picketing City Hall. Look, it felt like you had no time for us.
It was your father who ran away, Sandy. Not me.
Now who's running away?
She took too much time focusing on other people. She neglected her family, and she's not seeing it.
Go and talk to him, please. But it shows a lot that Sandy loves his mom because he's doing a job that helps kids and needs just like she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he took a lot from her, and he still loves her, but that doesn't erase the issues.
Still here? Not my choice, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's too bad.
Marissa, talk to him.
Thank you.
Thinking about it, I thought you came here for Teresa. Okay, it freaked me out, but I talked to Marissa, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I don't think Marissa wants me here either. Come on. Of all the places she could have picked to go, she chose Chino.
Because she had a friend
The
here.
one place she knew only you could find her.
Someone who knows what it's like to run away.
What are you doing?
Getting out of here?
To go where?
I don't know, okay? I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know anything except that I can't go back there.
Yeah, well, you can't keep running away, and I can't keep chasing after you.
Who asked you to? I don't even know why you're here.
Yeah, well, maybe you should think about it instead of always thinking about yourself.
Whoa! Wow!
Ryan, move. I mean it.
Going anywhere.
Get out of my way. Move.
It's rough, but I think she
Can't
needs
go
this,
back.
you know?
Ryan, in there?
He's really good for her.
second.
There's someone here to see
He's
you.
good at this.
Hi.
Do you think this is Julie? I have a feeling, but like... Oh! Look!
Seth told me you're in Chino. You can't be here, man. What are you doing here? I'm here for Marissa. You can't be here now, okay?
Julie's not kidding. She's gonna call the cops.
What do you think? Marissa's going back with you? Other than her mom, you're the last person she wants to see.
Yeah, well, she's gonna.
You need to get out of here.
You need to get out of my way.
Okay. Look, guys.
He's the one that did.
Calm down.
We did say it was pretty chill for a dude.
Marissa, hey,
Yeah, no, it's deserved.
Get out of here, Luke.
you just...
Just go. Now.
I'm sorry.
It's not, I mean, I get why he was here, but you gotta give her time, man.
Yeah, this is too soon. Try to explain yourself. She's not in the right state of mind to listen.
I mean, Ryan got through to her a little bit, but that's because she's used to being disappointed and let down, so she needed someone to stay around, basically.
Yeah.
Boys, I don't want to go back.
I know, but you didn't do anything wrong. They did. They know that. What do you think your mom's freaking out? She's afraid you're gonna tell.
Why would I tell? I don't want to see him ever again, and I don't want to go back.
What about your dad? Caitlin? Summer? What about me? What am I supposed to do without you?
Aww. That's the right
I
thing
get
to
over you
say.
eventually. Take a while.
She wanted this to happen. I don't think he planned on it to happen like this, but I mean, he still has feelings.
You know, I've been finding homes for kids like Ryan for over 40 years.
I know, Mom.
Yeah, but I never once thought to bring one home with me.
She's proud of them for
Had
that.
to show up your own mother, didn't you?
Oh, he's a good kid. You should spend some time with him.
They're trying.
I can't. I'm flying home early tomorrow.
Oh,
Well, you don't want me to miss my first treatment, do you?
thanks.
Oh, thank God you're back. I'm not. I just came to get my stuff and go.
The hell you are. You are not leaving this house, young lady.
Or what? You're gonna call the police or Dr. Milano? You know what? Go ahead. In fact, why don't you call up Dad while you're at it? And Caleb, too. Because, I'd really love to tell them why I ran away.
I mean, at least she's back.
Get your stuff and leave.
Gladly.
She can blackmail her mom into letting her leave.
Yeah.
But at least she's back.
Tonight we celebrate the first night of Passover. A celebration of rebirth, of new beginnings, and of freedom.
Do we eat now? Ryan, we've got like 6 more hours. Yeah, let's go.
Let's all raise our glasses.
Silently holding hands. This is nice.
This is a good ending.
For once.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for stuff to be messed up because, I mean, that's how shows like this work.
Yeah, for the finale, I think that's gonna be really harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, regarding the Julie and Luke situation,
Yeah.
we did say that was he of age for her to be with him?
Well, if they're threatening to tell the police, no.
Okay, so no. So that's the first issue right there. Secondly, that wasn't very long that Marissa broke up with him. So Julie, you messed up big time.
Even if that had been a while, like, it's Marissa's mom.
Yeah.
First of all, he's underage, so that's the whole relationship wasn't good. He's friends with Marissa. He's friends with the people around Marissa, and he's sneaking around with her mother. Like, the whole lying and sleeping thing that was going on was wrong. And she has been betrayed by her mother, and she's been betrayed by the people in her life, and she's been lied to so many times, which is why every time, there's something going on with Marissa and Julie comes up with, I should probably, call her doctors and stuff. I'm like, and she's like, oh, what else can I do? I'm like, stop focusing on what she's doing and try focusing on why she's doing it. Because she doesn't want to deal with the problem. She wants to get rid of it. That's not how you deal with you handle things like this.
It's really interesting because we got Marissa who runs away from a problem that doesn't want to deal with it.
Oh well, that she
and
never
we
did that
got
from her mom.
Julie who doesn't want to take care of the problem and try to resolve it. She doesn't want to look at herself and see what she's doing wrong because she's perfect. But I think that for her she's not doing anything wrong.
Well, she wasn't in her mind. Like, although she did say, she did have some hesitation here and there, and she did mention, you're a kid, you're a teenager. Like, she knew, but she's dealing with her own set of problems, her own personal problems, with her lack of confidence, with her need to be supported and loved and cherished, and she lost that with Caleb, and then she found it with Luke. So I get Julie, the whole Luke thing. I get it, but it was wrong. And she did not handle the problem in a good way. And she hid it from her daughter. And she already had problems with Marissa about, all sorts of things. And she never really took care of this because Marissa's still living with her father.
Yeah.
So those problems were still around. And she was just starting to, hang out with her mom again, spend the weekend with her and stuff. So you had another problem. Of course she's going to run away.
The thing with Julie is the fact that she doesn't want to sit down, have a talk with Marissa and listen to her. She just want to talk and she doesn't want to pause and listen to what her daughter has to say.
She doesn't want to admit that she made a mistake.
Yeah.
She never wants to admit that she makes mistakes, at least not to others. And Marissa basically suffers the consequences of that because the solution is Marissa is the problem. Marissa is doing wrong, so we need to deal with Marissa instead of Julie did something, Luke did something, let's, focus on what created the issue. So I get it. It's true for sure Marissa doesn't handle these situations well either. Like, she runs away, and which is why I like that Ryan stood his ground. Like, it was a bit violent, but I like that he stood his ground because I think that's what she needed. She needed someone that was going to stick by her, not allow her to do everything she wants, because that was a thing that enabled her to do drugs, alcohol, and stuff in the beginning. We talk about how rich kids sometimes, especially in TV shows, that's how they're portrayed. They have so many liberties and no one really takes care of them. Like, not having rules to follow can be detrimental. You know, we saw them partying, doing drugs, alcohol and stuff. They were out all night and they didn't see it as a problem to be drinking like crazy. And it was an escape for most of them. It was an escape for Marissa, and her parents never really focused on what was going on with her because she had way too many liberties and they didn't care. So now, I mean, that's what she's doing again. You know, she thinks it's fine for a kid her age to just run away and for the others to let her go. And for Ryan to stand in her path and be like, at one point, girl, you gotta stop. And I'm right here to stop you. Shows that he cares. Shows that she's got a support. She's got a, and you know, she's got a net. But she gotta stop running too. So he did the right thing. Stopping her from running, that's fine. And being there for her is what she needs. Which is why I like Ryan. I really like her. You know, we say sometimes they're toxic and they're not good together because Ryan's, attraction to Marissa is mostly based off of, like, he's a problem solver. You know, like we said, and you said in the comments, guys, you know, how he did it with his mom. He kept taking care of his mother, and now it's like he's instinctively looking for someone's problems to deal with. You know, he wants to help Marissa because she needs him. Yeah. And Marissa, she has so many problems. I think she is looking for someone to take care of her for sure. But that means that as long as Marissa is in trouble, Ryan will be there for her, but he needs her to be in trouble.
But do you think there's also the fact that maybe the fact that Ryan's take care of her because she got problems, maybe inside her to continue those problems that you're gonna stick with her?
I don't think we're there yet. We definitely had a few issues when, after the whole Oliver thing, you know, she wanted to start from the beginning and she wanted to have a healthy relationship with Ryan. She wanted to be his friend. And we saw that they were not that good with that. Of course, we had the Oliver problem that Ryan did not deal with. And it's not a coincidence, I think, that the episode where things seem to be going back to normal is the episode where she runs away. You know? But still, I think that Ryan still had feelings for her. He always had feelings for her. He was just pissed off and angry and, you know, sad about what happened with Oliver, and he wasn't dealing with that well. So he went with Teresa, and then Teresa left. So he turned to Marissa, and they had a good time in LA. She had no problems then. And of course he did take her to LA because he wanted her to not be around when Julie and Luke had a talk. But still, he still has those feelings. And being there for her in that moment, seeing her be vulnerable and, you know, helping her, I think made him feel good. And it made her feel good to have him around. So I'm seeing, again, a potential relationship. Like, I think this is where they are going to go, which is fine. But they definitely need to deal with Marissa's issues in a good way. Like, not just sending her away to a hospital like Julie wants to do.
Or brushing it off,
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm fine because I am rooting for them to be together. I am shipping them. You know, no matter if you think that they're toxic for one another or if we think that the reason they're together is bad, I think that they are good when they're together. Even if, you know, Ryan is constantly taking care of her and she's not dealing with her issues because Ryan takes care of them for her. They have problems to take care of, but I think that they are still good to, you know, for one another. Like Ryan, this episode was great for Marissa. So I like them together. So I can't be mad that they're, you know.
I want to talk about Eddie and Teresa because, like you said, it is pretty quick for her to change her mind about that she's not scared anymore to marry Eddie.
Yeah. I don't believe that her feelings changed that fast. Yes, of course, I do think that she ran away to Ryan because she wasn't sure what she wanted. And like Ryan, you know, was fine with Teresa because it's someone he knows.
It's a safe place.
It's a safe place. She did the same thing with him, you know. It's someone she knows and someone that makes her feel safe. So they both escaped together, but she never dealt with what made her run away from Eddie in the first place. I don't think she loves him that way. And it feels like she's constantly trying to convince herself that he's the right choice because he's the only one I have.
Mm-hmm. But she did say that they sit down and have a talk between with Eddie and her, so maybe that helps. So who knows? We just have to see where they're gonna go from there. If they're gonna be okay or if there's still something going on between the lines, you know.
If we see them again, I mean.
Yeah.
because we never know when characters get dropped in shows. But
True.
I mean, we'll see. If she's fine with him, if she finds out that she does love him and she's happy to marry him, then it's good. I don't think it's fair for him if she marries him because she thinks that she has no other choice, though. So, and I mean, I'm glad that he let go of his anger this episode, and he could sit down with Ryan and be like, okay.
Before the whole Teresa Ryan fiasco, he was a pretty chill dude.
Yeah, we liked him. We thought he was cool.
We liked him. So once he understood that Ryan wasn't there for Teresa, just for Marissa, like, he wasn't even thinking about her and him.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's chill.
This seems to be going well for now. So we will see where that leads the characters later on. But yeah, I mean, this episode we made headways with Ryan and Marissa as a couple again, perhaps. Or at least as friends, you know. He was there for her. He convinced her. I mean, maybe they're not there yet, but we're going towards that. She went to the dinner and stuff. Like, she knows she has friends here and they are going to take care of her. So at least there's that. And he got her to come back, which is important because she cannot run away all the time. And she stood up to Julie, which is important too. And both Julie and Luke deserved the cold shoulder this episode. Even if we do care about Luke and we do love his character and he's grown on us, unfortunately he messed up here, and he and Julie both deserve to, you know, deal with the consequences of what happened.
It's funny that people don't understand that sometimes people needs time to deal with their emotion and what's going on.
Yeah, like I said, it's fine
to force people to be okay with something if they're not.
Like I said, it's fine for Ryan to show up and tell Marissa, you can't run away forever. You gotta come back. Like, there's gotta be a limit, like, that you can cross because this is not facing your problems. You know, basically, it's right. He was right when he said, you're not the problem. You didn't do anything wrong, so you don't have to run away. So that's fine for Ryan to do that. Luke showing up and asking Marissa to come back with him is kind of like saying, I didn't do anything wrong, so you need to stop, you know, giving me shit.
Yeah.
Even though that's not, you know, I don't think he was as sarcastic as I made him sound.
But I don't know, he went there too because he was concerned about her, that Julie was concerned about her, but the fact that right now she's pissed at him and at her mom, so this is too soon for her to be dealing with Luke and with her mom, so
definitely
just give her time.
But I think he understood that what they did was wrong because otherwise he would not have broken up with Julie like Ryan asked. But he's still defending Julie like it's not her fault and stuff. Like, dude, it takes two, you know, you both did this. So he cannot go to Marissa to defend himself or her Julie right now. She needs time. And I think, I mean, you can't defend what you did. Like, you did it. It's over. So wait for Marissa to calm down. Then perhaps talk to her, ask for forgiveness, be like, I'm sorry, and maybe she'll forgive you eventually.
Yeah.
She did once. Although, like, now that's with Julie, and like we said, she already has problems with her mom.
True.
Speaking of moms.
Yeah, about the Nana.
It's never easy, you know, cancer and stuff like that.
They do that a lot in teen drama show, right?
It's teen dramas face problems that teenagers go through, and losing a family member to cancer is unfortunately something that people go through. We went through it 2 years ago. So I mean, it's never something that's easy to face or deal with. And I mean, in this case, it looks like the grandma wasn't really present. Oh, she was never present in her son's life. I mean, the dad went away, so she was a single mother having to take care of 3 kids. She had a big heart. She tried to, you know, do well by the community and follow her ethic and her sense of morality, like everything that she was preaching. It made her a good person, but unfortunately, it doesn't make her a good mom.
She was that husband that she should have with her kids and with her grandchildren.
And it's like, it sounds like the more good she was doing out there, the less she was noticing how bad she was at home because of that. Like, she would not even acknowledge. I mean, there's 2 versions to every story, of course. Like, she has her own, vision of what happened, but it's not because you helped dozens, thousands of people that you were not hurting your son. And if your son tells you that he has resentment towards you because of that, you gotta listen. That's one thing that we also know. I mean, parents that did wrong by you when you were a kid, and you still love them, and you forgive them, and you move on. But those things that happen, they affect us, and in our case, they affect us even today. So they affect Sandy also in his present day, and the resentment may be less than it used to be, but if they never dealt with it, it's still around. And even if they dealt with it, there's a good chance that there's some resentment that's gonna stick around forever, unfortunately. And it's a good thing that at least he seems to love her still, and she loves her son, and they are mending bridges. And she listened to them this episode, how they felt that her not fighting was basically her being selfish. You don't want to be with your family, which they dealt with in Breaking Bad, but
But this is a complicated subject because the doctor did say that she has like maybe 4 to 6 months left, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you got cancer spread, not that much time left. Usually, it's hard for people to sometimes decide to, I'm gonna try to do the chemo treatment because they want to have what time they have left.
Yes.
Not sick, not weakened, but have a good time with their family members, have a good last moment with
Which
them.
normally would be a good argument, but in her case, she was saying that she needed to have her energy because they were people depending on her back home.
Yeah, no.
So in that case, she didn't want to do the treatment because what's the point? And she needed to be at 100% to still help others. But once again, it was about focusing on others and not focusing on the family, because if she does the treatment, she gets to have more time to mend those bridges with Sandy and with Seth and Kirsten.
Even with her deciding to do or not to do the treatment, that would be her decision.
Yes.
Not other people, but
I mean, that's
ultimately
another
that's
thing,
for her
though.
to decide what she wants to do with her health and her
I
own body.
I agree, because I mean, we talked about this in Breaking Bad, and I agree about, chemo isn't easy on people, and it's not everyone that wants to, spend the last months they have sick. I get that. Some, you would say some people do it because they have a chance of surviving, and others do it because that gives them more time with their loved ones. In her case, it was mostly about, what do you want to do? Do you want to basically spend the rest of your life focusing on others, or do you want to spend it focusing on your family? And in this case, she chose family. So I'm fine with her decision, and I'm happy that they're gonna try to mend those bridges, like I said. And I mean, it's both of them. Like, it takes two to tango in this case too, because yes, she did wrong by Sandy when he was a kid, so he ran away. But then he also never entertained a relationship after because of how he saw her.
Yeah.
And they never basically made any ground between the two. She would not, validate Sandy's emotions when it comes to how she acted towards him when he was a kid, and he would not let her give her a second chance. Basically, he never visited. He never basically took time for her and stuff, and she resented him for that.
Yeah, I do love the fact though that even though Sandy had resentment with his mom about the fact that she wasn't there as she should have, he technically still chose a job to help kids in needs and people in need.
It's just me that he's very similar to his mother. It's just that I mean, he's saying that compared to her, he still took a job in a firm to spend more time with his family. He did the right thing for his family, unlike his mother, which she focused on her job instead.
All right.
So they are similar, and I mean, it's fine. It's pretty much the same in every family. People keep stuff from their childhood, and no one is perfect, so that you are bound to have issues with people in your family. And for some people, it doesn't change the fact that you love your family members. Sometimes it breaks relationships, but sometimes it doesn't. But it doesn't mean that the problems are not there, so they need to be dealt with. And in this case, they did. It took a turn for the sad very quick, but at least they are giving her another chance at, being around the family. So maybe we will see her again.
I can't help but think that poor Summer, because the one time that she got introduced to the Nana, she learned that she saw how scary she was, and she learned that, Seth's gonna lose his grandmother someday.
But I mean, everyone is gonna lose their grandmother someday.
No, but I mean, the one time that you get introduced to the Nana, you receive a bag full of problems and.
Well, it's not, I mean, I don't think it's that bad. Like, she'll get to be there with Seth, and she made so much efforts in this episode. I really enjoyed Summer in here, like her trying to learn, you know, because her trying to be the one that Seth's grandmother would appreciate and approve of for Seth, because she thought he was going to be ashamed of her. When in fact, I think it's not so much that he was going to be ashamed of Summer, more that he was trying to protect her from his grandmother. But at least she made those efforts, and I really like her for that. So anyway, that was the fun part of the episode. So that's it for episode 23.
23.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
Yeah, and if you don't want to, the next one will be out on YouTube next week, guys.
Yes.
So see you then.
Bye.
Bye, guys.